Hi Stampers, it's Madeline, the Wonderland Stamper from stampinwithmadeline.com, and I am going to show you some really fun, easy alternatives to our paper pumpkin kit that we got this month. So the stockings are what we got from the November paper pumpkin kit, and I used some of the materials from our October paper pumpkin kit. So they were to match together, so I mixed and matched some of the materials from each box to make these really super cute items. So if you are interested in paper pumpkin and you haven't gotten it in the past months, it is an amazing subscription that you can get every month in your mailbox. It's always a surprise, so it's always fun to get it. It usually comes around the 17th of every month. You get billed for it on the 10th. So I will have my paper pumpkin store link below in the description, so make sure to head over there and check it out. It's definitely something that you will love. It is a surprise, but it's always something fun that you can make, and everything is included in the kit that you need. So you could take it with you on vacation or to camp or anywhere, because everything's included in it. In the first month, you get a free block. So you get a clear block that comes with it. Now, paper pumpkin is amazing already, but to make it even better, it comes with an exclusive photopolymer stamp set every single month. So this was November. As you can see, we're using some of them, so you can't see all of them, but there was a tree, a snowflake, to and from, some really cute sentiments, some leaves, a star. And then last month's had a lot of great sentiments because we made shaker cards with last month's, and you can check that out in my videos. So we had some really good sentiments here, some snowflakes, some icicles it looks like. So you get an exclusive stamp set that no one else gets. So it's worth it to get paper pumpkin just for that, because you can use those stamp sets at any time for any project. Okay, so first we're going to make this really cute stocking. This stocking I just changed up a little bit from the kit. All we're going to do is we're actually going to stamp right onto the stocking. So this is what you're going to need. From the November paper pumpkin, we're going to take out a stocking, a clothespin, a snowflake tag that's already that beautiful embossing on there, the gold, 2 of the leaves, a red banner, and then from last month I took a little gold banner from the October one. Okay, so you want to make sure that your stocking is flat. Now these stockings come inside out, so I'm turning them the right way, but it's up to you. You could do either side, but with this way you don't see all the stitching. So you want to get a piercing pad underneath this, because we are going to be using the photopolymer stamps. And we are going to be stamping a snowflake onto this. So I am going to actually use 2 of these little ones. So I'm going to change it up from this big one and add some littler ones, because I think that'll be cute. And then you can get more snowflakes onto this. Okay, so we have our stocking. It's flat on our piercing mat. We have both of our snowflakes from the October set, or there was one from this month that's big that we're going to be using for the card. I'm going to use Memento permanent ink, and I'm going to ink up the bigger of the 2. And just, you want to press and hold for a few seconds. You're not going to get a perfect stamped image, but it's pretty good for being on fabric. So I'm just randomly placing these around. And remember, we're going to go back through and do the littler ones, so you want to leave room. This is going to be folded down, so just think about that. Not all of this will be seen, but I'm going to stamp a little bit up there just so that I know that there'll be snowflakes showing all the way to the top. So now I'm doing the littler one. So I don't know where everyone is located, but we are in central New York right now, and it is a snowy day. I can't believe it. Winter is really here. So this project reminds me of what it's like outside right now. I love the holidays, but the snow, I'm excited for it to be here on Christmas Day, but other than that, I'm not really a fan of driving in it, that's for sure. So look how cute this is turning, and pretty quickly. Okay, so there we go. We have all of our snowflakes stamped. And now we're just putting together this little goodie that goes on the stocking. So I'm going to turn this little flap down so it's nice and cute. It has that plaid showing. And now we're going to be stamping our tag. So this has the snowflake on it. We are going to be stamping off a little bit. The S does get cut off, but I like the way it looks like that. So you can put a scrap piece of paper under here if you'd want to, just so that you don't get any ink transferred onto your other projects. So I'm just going to put a little piece of paper underneath here. I've got this in Memento ink just because that's the black that I have out right now. There we go. I love how it overlaps onto the gold embossed there. Okay, so now that that is stamped, now it's just putting everything together for this adorable little tag. So we're going to put, let's get this. This is going to go a little bit down, so we're going to attach this gold with some adhesive. So the paper pumpkins also come with adhesive that you can use, but I just use my own adhesive. I'm going to hang it down a little bit right in the center, and then put adhesive on this white tag, put it up higher just so that you get that look of the red and of the gold. Make sure it's attached. Okay, and then you're going to put these little leaves on. So we're just attaching them onto the back. This would be a good time for the glue dots, but I'm just attaching them quickly. Onto the back here. Look how cute that is. Okay, so now we're going to attach it onto our cute little stocking. And this is what the clothespin is for. We're just going to attach that right on there. So see how cute? You could put little kisses in here or any kind of candies. There's lots of room in there to fill it up with goodies. So there's two different versions of it. The big snowflakes from November's paper pumpkin, and then the two small ones that are in October's. Aren't they so cute? There is enough, I think, for 10 different stockings. Yeah, 10 different stockings. So I'm going to make them all and hand them out to my family on Christmas Eve and have little cute candies in there. So I love them. Okay, now my favorite. So this is one of those layering cards that I've done in the past. So you will find a Paisley and Posey magical layering card video where I did this exact card, but it was with the Paisleys and Posies set, and I love it. I love the look it creates, and I wanted to do this. So this is mixing and matching again the October and the November paper pumpkin, because I'm using the paper. This plaid paper is from the October. I did add in my own old olive cardstock, so that is, I did add that in from my own collection. I'm using the baker's twine from this month, so November's, but I used the stamps from November's. So it was a nice mix of using the stamps and the ribbon from this month, and then using the plaid paper from last month. So let's get started with this. I can't wait to show you how to make this. So we'll keep it up there so that you can see it. What you're going to need for this card is the plaid papers from the October kit. We do have paper that looks like this in our catalog. So if you are interested in the holiday catalog, we have a pack that has paper that looks similar to this. And let me just pull that out and tell you what that is. Just so if you didn't get paper pumpkin, you could still make a card that is similar to this. Okay, so on page 10 in the holiday catalog, you'll see all these cute papers. And you could make a card that has this similar plaid on it from this pack. It may be stripes, or they have the black and white plaid. So you are able to get some paper that looks similar. So on page 12, let's just go one more page here. Here is some paper options. So see how that green plaid kind of looks similar to ours? So you could get that. That is 12 sheets of 12 by 12. It's Merry Little Christmas Designer Series paper. It's only $11, and there's lots of different beautiful papers, as you can see in there. Okay, so I am using measurements of The first layer is 5.5 by 4.25. It's going to cover the entire front of a card. It's our card base. The second layer is going to be 4 5/8 by 3 3/8. And the last one is going to be 2 1/8 by 3 1/4. So over on my blog, I'll have the link below. I'll have all these measurements. And I'll also put the link for the paper in the catalog in case you didn't get paper pumpkin or you just want more paper. I'll have the link over there. So that's for the plaid pieces. Then you need old olive pieces. The first one's going to be 5 1/4 by 4. The second is going to be 4 1/4 by 3. And the last one is going to be 2 by 3. Okay? And then you're going to want a piece of cherry cobbler baker's twine. This came in the November paper pumpkin kit, but you could use any baker's twine that you would like. And now it's just getting ready to stamp. So what you're going to want to do is take your 3 little pieces of old olive. You want to center them the best that you can because that is really important for the layering technique. So what I'm going to do is put a tiny bit of adhesive. You want barely anything on there. You want to center this on the background old olive and press lightly. You just want it connected so that when you stamp, they won't move, but you want to be able to rip this apart later on without it actually ripping the paper. So I did the same thing for the little piece here. I put a tiny bit of adhesive. I'm centering it onto this second layer as best as I can, pressing lightly so that I can rip this apart after we're done stamping. All right, so next I am using Garden Green ink pad, and I'm also using Cherry Cobbler ink pad. So I did do a little bit different colors than what came with Paper Pumpkin. I'm also using my Memento Tuxedo Black for the sentiment. So I'm going to do the sentiment first. We're going to do again that happiest of holidays to you. I'm going to get it right into the Memento, get it nice and inked, and just center it on the smallest piece of old olive here. Press for a few seconds. There we go. Let that dry a second. So be careful about the Memento. It is moist, so you want to make sure that it dries fully so you don't get smudges. Okay, I have 2 stamps. I have the big snowflake and the little tree from this November's Paper Pumpkin exclusive stamp set. I'm going to do the tree first, and I'm doing it in Garden Green. Now, with layering, you want to make sure that you're giving enough equal pressure so that you're getting a good image, and it's okay. You will get those empty holes, but that's where the Designer Series paper comes in, and you'll see. You won't even see those holes once we get this going. So I'm just going to randomly place these trees all over my card. Oh, I got a little bit of a halo. You don't want to press too hard, but that's okay. We can cover that up. And it's okay if you stamp off a little bit. Just have a piece of scrap paper if you'd like, or just wash it off when you're done. Okay, so I think that's enough for the trees. And I do want to do some just hanging off the side because I noticed that it was kind of empty on this, like up in the top here. So I'm trying to do some more around the edges. Okay, so that's it for Garden Green. I did about like 9-ish trees. Now I'm doing the snowflakes and Cherry Cobbler. And again, I'm just going around. You can go over the trees if you want. You just want to cover up all the empty space. You don't really want a lot of empties, because once it's layered, that's the fun part, is to see all of the pretty designs. So I'm kind of doing a lot of snowflakes to cover up this empty space around the edges here. So having these 3 layers adhesive together is nice because then you don't have to worry about it moving around. But we do have to be careful when we start to break it apart. So I'm going a little crazy here. I think I'm going to stop there. Okay, so now we have all of our stamping done. Now it's putting this card together. So just make sure that you don't have any ink on your fingers because it will easily transfer onto the card when we start moving this around. Okay, so now I'm easily going to break this apart. So just gently put my finger underneath and kind of lift it up so that way it doesn't get any paper ripped off. we're going to start attaching our old olive pieces to our plaid. So that is the first step, not attaching them all together into the card formation, but just attaching the old olive to the plaids. So again, we're just being very cautious about centering on all of these. Okay, we're going to put that aside and not attach it to this yet. I'm attaching my second layer, old olive, to the plaid and just being very cautious about where it's going. That's the part that you want to spend the most time with, is just making sure that everything is centered, because that makes all the difference when you are done with this card, is that everything is nice and centered. Okay, so now I'm just, without any adhesive, I'm going to just eyeball this and see how it looks. Pretty good. I think we did good. Okay, so now I am going to make a bow from this cherry cobbler string that I have. Just a little one. Just going to make it nice. And then I'm going to trim off the excess. Okay, so I have a bow set aside. Now, I want to put some baker's twine around the edges here, as you can see from the example card. So what I'm going to do, let's get this out of the way so you can see the example. I'm going to put adhesive up and down here so that the string has something to hold on to, and it makes it easier for me to work with. So I'm going to stick this, I'm just putting it around the edges just to make it match with the ink that we use. It just kind of helps with a pop of color here. Okay, and then cut it. So see, that adhesive is holding it for us. Oops. Okay, and then we're going to do it on the other side too. So we already have adhesive there. We're going to take this string, attach it on this part with the adhesive, and then again, and then just trim off the extra so it's not hanging around. Okay, and then you can adjust if you want it to be different where you want it. Okay, so now we can start attaching our layers. So I'm going to put adhesive on the second layer and just lightly hover it without pressing, just to make sure it's in the place that I want. And again, we are looking for centered so that all of our stamped images look okay. Oh, that's a little crooked. There we go. Press it down firmly, and then we're going to do our little piece here. I'm going to put adhesive over the string just so it's an extra stability. Kind of lightly place it, see if it's where you want it, and then press firmly down. Okay, and then now we're going to put our bow down here. I just love this. So you can use a little glue dot from your kit to place this. I have my roll of glue dots here, and I love this because I can just take this bow, put it on a glue dot, and then pick it up, and it's ready to go. So I placed it right on the glue dot and then picked up the bow, and it picks up the glue dot, and you're all set to go. And there we are. So a quick, easy holiday card that I love the look of. It really reminds me of Christmas and all the family fun that we have. So that was an alternative using both of the boxes. And we have our stockings here that are another example that you could use things from both boxes. I hope you liked this video. I hope that you have your paper pumpkin. If you haven't gotten it yet, they are still on the way. So some people haven't gotten theirs yet, and that's okay. You will be getting them soon. If you have any questions at all, please let me know. Give me a thumbs up if you liked this video. Don't forget to subscribe. This is a new Stampin' Sunday, which will happen every single Sunday. So this was Paper Pumpkin. Next week, I am probably going to show you the blends again. I've been playing with the Just Add Color paper with the blends, and I am obsessed. So I want to share that with you. So that will probably be next Stampin' Sunday. Leave me a comment. I love to hear from you. Let me know if you made these. and what you're making with your paper pumpkin kit. I'd love to hear. If you're not a paper pumpkin customer yet and you'd like to be, my paper pumpkin store link is below, and I'm telling you, you will love it. For now, keep stamping, Stampers. Thanks for watching. Bye.